right, hello again everyone. Today I just have a quick video planned of a harvest I'm going to do of some carrots and potatoes that I've had growing over the winter. Admittedly, these could keep going a little longer and probably get a little bigger, but I'm running into one of the biggest problems that I have gardening in a place where you can grow year round, but you have limited garden space. A lot of times the stuff I start over winter isn't quite ready, isn't quite perfectly harvestable by the time I need that space to start some summer crops. So in this case, the beds that I'm going to be clearing out, that's where my sweet potatoes are going to go. I really need to start prepping the beds for my summer sweet potato harvest, which kind of, for me, that takes precedence over carrots and regular potatoes, just because they tend to do a little better in my climate than both of those. But still, I think I'm going to be able to get a decent amount of food out of these two beds. Each bed, as you'll see in a moment, is about 6 feet long by 2 feet wide. So let's get into that and see what we get. I'll confess that I hate pretty much everything about growing carrots other than harvesting them and eating them. I find the tiny seeds really frustrating to work with when it comes time to plant, and I also hate thinning them as they emerge. So this year I decided not to. I just scattered them in haphazard rows, let them sprout, and let the chips fall where they may. I didn't really bother thinning anything, and I figured some would stay small, some would get big. Nature would take its course, the strong would overshadow the weak, etc., etc. And based on what I've pulled so far, I've raided this bed a couple of times already for a few meals, and a lot of the carrots, they were getting decent size, so I'm eager to pull these and see what I get here. So as I pull these, I'm actually pretty impressed with the size. There's the odd tiny one that didn't really develop, but most of them are decent. You know, it's nothing that's going to be more tedious than it's worth to peel and process. So it seems like my half-assed method of planting carrots this year is actually really paying off. A crucial step when harvesting carrots is to clip the greens off immediately. If you don't do this, let's say you leave the whole carrot with the greens intact overnight, the next day you're going to wake up to a pile of emaciated, limp, wrinkly carrots. When you pull these, the plant will go into survival mode and it's going to start pulling energy and nutrients from the root up into the greens. And it ruins the root that you want to actually eat. Some people do like to eat the greens. I'm not a huge fan, but my chickens absolutely love them. So I piled these up and then tossed them in the chicken pen to make the girls really happy here. Don't know what it is, but carrot greens and turnips, those are two of our chickens' favorite non-insect kinds of snacks. So making them real happy today. All right, not a bad carrot haul from not even an entire 6 foot by 2 foot raised bed. The total weight of all of these combined was 12 pounds. Obviously, we're not going to be eating all of these at once, so most of these are going to be blanched and frozen for future use. On to potatoes. So this bed here consists mostly of Yukon Gold Sea potatoes I purchased from Gurney's back in October. For the life of me, I could not get them to chit, which for the uninitiated, that's a way to get the eyes to sprout. So ultimately in November, I said screw it, and I just buried them as they were. And they started poking through the surface in sometime in December, and I let them grow, of course. I also have a couple of grocery store red potatoes that sprouted in our pantry that I threw in there for the hell of it. I should be letting this bed go a little bit longer than I am, let the potatoes get a little bigger. But like I said, I really need the space for sweet potatoes. It's going to be getting really hot, or at least warm here soon, and my sweet potato slips are ready to go on the ground, so I just need the space. That is an issue that I run into year-round gardening. A lot of times, the stuff that I plant in the winter isn't quite ready by the time I need the space in the summer. So it's a little bit frustrating, but I can't complain because I can grow stuff year round. So my prediction here is mostly what I'm going to get out of this bed are golf ball size potatoes and smaller. With the occasional maybe baseball size potato. I'm not really holding my breath for anything amazing. All right, this is admittedly an encouraging start. The first couple of potatoes that I'm pulling up are on the bigger side. I don't usually see Yukon Gold potatoes sold much larger than this here, so I might be doing better than I expect. And I just want to point out that I do have a future video coming up where I detail my struggles and trials and tribulations trying to grow potatoes here in the Sacramento Valley. It's one of the crops that I love growing them, but I actually find them really challenging here. So I'm going to dig a little deeper into that coming up in a month, maybe two here. So my potato harvest, in my opinion, out of this bed is a little bit underwhelming. I got out of 5 pounds of seed potatoes, 11.5 pound harvest. I should have done a little better. About double or triple that would have been ideal. And if I had let these go a little longer, I probably would have had a higher weight. But, this is a week or two worth of potatoes for us. We do eat a lot of potatoes in our household here. So that was just a quick little harvest video that I had going. I hope somebody got something out of it, and I will see everybody next time.